Alright, y'all, we back with another Jujutsu Kaisen Fans Parade video, and today we're actually going to be talking about the news and stuff that just, dropped about maybe like 13-ish to 14-ish hours ago for my time. There's a bunch of new things to actually talk about, and a lot of things that we're going to probably have to speculate and decide on ahead of time, of course, with basically how it's panning out with the time frame of these events, right? So let's get right into it. These are going to be the new events that are going to be coming up. So first up, as you can see, we have Toji here, right? So this is going to be the hidden inventory slash premature death arc banner part 3 rerun. And as you know, he is a very powerful character. So let me just pull him up just to give you kind of an example of how powerful this character is, right? So here we have Toji Fushiguro, right? He is a red taijutsu attacker character. So he's going to be your carry. He basically decreases enemies' crit resistance. That's whatever, right? It does a good amount of damage though. Like as you can see, all his skills do really good damage. He doesn't cost any Hearst energy. He deals 500%, which is very strong on the skill 2. On top of that, the skill nullifies any reduced damage received. So, I mean, he's gonna bypass all that and do as much damage as possible. On top of that, he increases his own break damage as well from his skill 3, so he can break very good. On top of that, he can remove attack nullification, so pesky characters that are very similar to Gojo, he will bypass them. On top of that, he can also remove a buff from a selected enemy, which is very good. The recent buffs are prioritized, so whatever was like the last buff that came up, that will be the one that he will remove. And then, of course, he will deal melee taijutsu damage to selected enemies. So it doesn't do a lot of damage compared to his other ones, but it does a lot of break damage and can remove attack nullification, which then could put you in the position where you can do a lot of damage with his second skill, Slaughter Slash. Very powerful indeed. Then you have, obviously, his ultimate also removes that, and it can also remove buff from all enemies, right? One buff. So it's an AoE attack skill, very good, very powerful. 1600% rage taijutsu damage to all enemies, not bad at all. Very high-end modifiers. Then we have his auto skills, physically gifted, start battle. Now this gets a little bit crazy. Increases own taijutsu damage by 50%, recovers HP by 3.5% every turn, reduces damage received by 15%, evades single target attacks, 20% chance, grants guaranteed hit immunity to self, cannot be targeted by some skills and statuses. When crits are performed, grants guaranteed hit status to self by 50%. 50% chance. And then it activates for the next skill, right? So if you get a crit, the very next skill will have the guaranteed hit status. Then you have I think I'm getting my edge back now, which then when you crit, you increase your damage by 15%, like your taijutsu. And then if you have this effect, it doesn't stack, by the way. So if you keep critting each turn, it's not going to stack. But if you do crit after this initial one, within these 3 turns, so basically, while this effect is active, you will proc the second effect, which will then erase the previous buff, which is the 15% taijutsu damage, and then it will turn into a 25% taijutsu damage buff. So even though it doesn't stack, initially, if you have your first turn, you get the 15%, and then the next turn you get another crit, then you'll be at 25%, and it'll remove the previous effect, and then reapply this effect, which means then you'll have 3 turns of this 25% damage increase, and then every time you keep doing it, you're not going to stack it. You're just going to, keep basically getting 25% taijutsu damage. So overall, powerful character. Let me kind of just give you kind of a placement where they have them on the wiki. Be sure to check them out. They have all the information you need about every single character, tier list, all that good stuff, guides, etc. Exchange shop, timelines of events. You kind of know what came. And then if you're playing global, you can kind of plan ahead, all that good stuff, right? So as you can see right here on the damage list, he is top 5 characters in terms of damage, right? Of course, you have your supports and your tanks, but they do not fulfill the same role. In terms of just damage, pure damage output, he is very powerful indeed, as you can see. SS, so you do not take him light. Now let's get back to the other stuff, because I did ramble on a little bit about him. So we do know he's coming, but there's actually another event that's going to be coming right after as well. Well, not right after, right now, along with it. And that is obviously going to be Gojo, right? So as you can see, on the 17th, we are going to be getting some more, events and stuff like that. So basically, we're getting back into the final chapter of Hidden Inventory and Premature Death Arc. And this, as you can notice right here, it says it starts on the 17th, but ends on the 20th. Now, if you play the game and since the beginning, since it literally released, you would know that anniversary is basically right after this. So like literally right after this, like the 20th or the 21st, right around there, depending on your time zone, is literally going to be the anniversary. So I mean, isn't it kind of just odd that they decided to drop all this premature death arc stuff? The only Gojo we got was the initial Gojo from it and the Ghetto, and then we got Toji, right? From when he actually managed to, damage Gojo, right? But after that, we didn't get this Gojo. We didn't get the Gojo who literally is ecstatic, bro. He's basically on a high. We didn't get this Gojo. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we can kind of already guess that he's either going to be coming up very soon in either before anniversary to either drain your resources or at anniversary. I would like to say it's a 95% chance that he's going to be the anniversary unit rather than a pre-bait banner, because I mean there's nothing more hype than dropping another Gojo on anniversary, especially this Gojo, bro. This Gojo, absolute lunatic, by the way. But yeah, let's just kind of read what they have here. So keep in mind, this is kind of a rough translation, so it might not translate 1-to-1. So just take it with a grain of salt. You'll kind of get the gist of it, right? But do like the stuff like the names and stuff like that, you don't have to focus entirely too much on. So we have a memory quest, Jujutsu Kaisen Kaigyoku Tamamori, Chapter 4 release announcement. And then it starts at 3 p.m. on Thursday, October 17th. The 4th chapter of the memory quest will be released, and then this event will allow you to relive the story of said, and then from the second season of the TV anime Jujutsu Kaisen, and you'll get great rewards, as they say. And then event quests and event stories will be updated sequentially in 4 parts during the event period. Very nice. And then the quests in chapter 4 will be unlocked by clearing the normal event quest in chapter 1, 2, and 3. I mean, naturally you would have to do 1, 2, and 3 before being able to do 4, obviously. But as you can see, this is going to be the next event that we're going to be getting. Of course, right before anniversary, but I would not be surprised if they obviously drop him as the anniversary unit. It just makes sense. Like, I feel like the only 2 characters or 3 characters that they can kind of even really release on the anniversary that would be hype would be actually 4. Would either be Gojo, obviously Sukuna, Itadori. I feel like those could only be the characters that they could drop for anniversary, but obviously it's Gojo, and Gojo is hype, so I'm not surprised that they're releasing another Gojo for anniversary. So usually so far any hype celebrations we've had, they separated them into like multiple parts, so we've usually had 2 or 3 parts for each one. So like when when the Zero collaboration event came out, that one we had Yuta and then Geto, and then when the half anniversary came, we had Gojo, and then we had Geto, and then we had Toji, and then obviously anniversary is most likely going to be him. But anyways, we're going to be getting all this basically around on the 17th, which is, it should be tonight my time. It should be already up for some players soon, like by the time you watch this video it should be. And yeah, I mean, the rerun is going to last until the 2nd, and this whatever new stuff that they're going to be bringing is going to be lasting until the 20th. So I mean, I don't know what they're going to be bringing in the time frame of the between November 3rd to the 20th. I do have no clue what they're going to be bringing. I don't know what it could be. I mean, like, if we get the event and it says final chapter and it's before the anniversary, you would assume that we would just get him before the anniversary, right? Maybe we could possibly get him for before anniversary and just get him on November 3rd, and then on anniversary around November 21st or November 20th, depending on time zone, could just be Sukuna. That would be kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie, right? So I mean, like, they would kind of easily get you guys to pull, right? So who knows? But on top of that, we're also going to be getting a little bit more. It's not listed here, but on the 17th, starting today until the 30th, we're going to be getting login bonuses, and then the login bonuses are going to be having Kaiju. Of course, naturally, Kaiju is basically the currency you use to summon, and then we're going to be getting AP packs, unique title, all that good stuff, memories, a bunch of goodies, right? As usual, they're very generous with giving stuff. When new events come, you're also able to get tickets to be able to do a multi for free. So, look forward to that. All that good stuff. I'm really excited. I'm very curious on what they were actually going to do with their timeline, though. Like after Toji Fushiguro rerun is done, who are they going to release? Is it going to be another rerun, or will they just end up dropping this Gojo and just bait everybody before anniversary is just Sukuna, and then you're just gonna have to double dip? Who knows? But either way, I'm excited, and I'm definitely gonna start saving. Anyways, I appreciate you guys for watching. That's all the information we have today. I apologize if I rambled on a little bit too long. Normally I try to get these out as quickly as possible, but I mean, you know me, sometimes I kind of just get into it a little bit and then just keep yapping, and then a bunch of stuff comes to my head and I just can't stop. But yeah, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Your engagement's key to the success of this channel, and of course I'll be covering more content on this in the future, of course, regarding it. And of course, as we have global nearing around the corner, I will also be covering content for that as well. So yeah, peace.